Biafra. We are Biafrans. We love Biafra. I say we are Biafrans. We love Biafra. We are Biafrans. We love Biafra. We show the whole world how much we love Biafra, our beloved father's land. We love and cherish. We will show the whole world how much we love Biafra, our beloved father's land. We love and cherish. Biafra's story is the most touching and painful story in the world. Biafrans have been killing every day and night, but nobody is talking. Everywhere silent. We should be ashamed of ourselves. Hey, we said we are Christians, but we do nothing to help the Biafrans. When they are killing Biafrans, we've done nothing to help them. Whether you help or not, we Biafran, we stand and protect our land because we love Biafra. Will die for Biafra. Oh, we are Biafrans. We are Biafrans. We love Biafra. We love Biafra. Our father's land. We love and cherish. We love and cherish. We are Biafrans. We are Biafrans. We love Biafra. Our father's land. We love and cherish. We love and cherish. I am a Biafran. I respect people, but I'm not afraid of them. And I want to use this little opportunity to address those that say that they want to know where I come from. I, Prof. Alison Akoma, I come from town called Nenu in Obingwa, Abia State, and my mother come from Akwa Ibom. I'm a man that believe what my father used to say, Mberede nyini dike, mberede ke jama dike, mberede nyini onye si na ya bụ eze, mberede ke jikwa na ama eze. I so much believe in that word my father always used to say. We are Biafrans. We are Biafrans. We love Biafra. We love Biafra. Our father's land. We love and cherish. We love and cherish. We are Biafran. We love Biafra. We love Biafra. Our father's land. We love and cherish. We love and cherish. Biafra. We are Biafrans. We love Biafra. I say we are Biafrans. We love Biafra. We are Biafrans. We love Biafra. We show the whole world how much we love Biafra, our beloved father's land. We love and cherish. We will show the whole world how much we love Biafra, our beloved father's land. We love and cherish. Biafra story is the most touching and painful story in the world. Oh, Biafrans have been killing every day and night, but nobody is talking. Everywhere silent. We should be ashamed of ourselves. Hey, we said we are Christians, but we do nothing to help the Biafrans. When they are killing Biafrans, we've done nothing to help them. Whether you help or not, we Biafran, we stand and protect our land, because we love Biafra. Will die for Biafra. Oh, we are Biafrans. We are Biafrans. We love Biafra. We love Biafra. Our father's land. Yeah. We love and cherish. We love and cherish. We are Biafrans. We are Biafrans. We love Biafra. We love Biafra. Our father's land. Yeah. We love and cherish. We love and cherish. Oh.
Yes, once again, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, men and women of goodwill, conscientious people, wherever you are all over the world, I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. And of course, this is Radio Biafra Extra. We are streaming live through Biafra Human Right and Freedom Radio Station. Biafra Human Right and Freedom Radio Station is being anchored by Diokpa Uche Ukafomefo. Diokpa Uche Ukafomefo, he is from Abatete. Abatete is in Anambra State, and Anambra State is Biafra land. Diokpa Uche Ukafomefo is the man who has simply assured us that he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. This is one truth I do not expect everyone to understand, but with time, all of us share. And as always, I welcome you, members of the Biafran Watchmen. I welcome you, members of the Biafran Nation Alliance. I welcome you, men and women of goodwill across the globe, most especially those that are not Biafrans. But of course, they are conscientious people who eagerly yearn for our freedom, and all the sympathizer. Every man and women who put resources together to make sure we continue coming on air every day, we continue enlightening our people, we continue preaching their conscience to make them understand that the next generation of Biafra cannot be sold. I want to remind people like Matthew BD, Brother Okwi Ongoka, Dr. Okado, so numerous, so many of them, men and women over there. And I sincerely apologize if I cannot acknowledge all of you this evening. And at the same time, we have to move on to acknowledge the Almighty Creator. But don't forget, I remain George Onibe. And I come from Agbo. Agbo is in Anioma province. And Anioma province is Biafra land. Every piece of land in Biafra land. And then I give the Almighty Creator the thanks and the praise. For in the end, we are but air and dust before him. He is the one who has set our feet upon this path that we must follow. He is our guide in matter both great and small. And so in my humble way this evening I say to him, Edema ezi Chineke o, enigwe na aja ama o, n'onwe na-asị n'edema ezi Chineke o, o kwere nkwame ya. Edema ezi Chineke o, ịmakwa na ndị ụwa o na-agba gị ama o, n'onwe na-asị n'edema o, edema ezi Chineke o. Sọnị m ghọghọ ihe Chukwu menimo, eru n'ime o n'ụghọ eju m obi o, ghọghọ n'ọsọka m o, osologbu eme n'ime kelere n'afa nsọ ya o. Sọnị m ghọghọ maka ihe Chukwu menenye o, enyerokwana o lenu ghọghọ eju enye obi o, ghọghọ n'ọsọka enye o, osologbu eme n'enye ya kelere n'afa nsọ ya o. Ise. And of course, without wasting much of our time, we go to our topic this evening, which is simply titled, The Need to Systematically Correct the Negative Impression Regarding Biafra Agitation. There is need for us to correct the negative impression, so much negative impression regarding this agitation. A lot of people don't even know what is happening. I will want to start by reminding us this evening that this is the month of May. And on the 30th of May, we will remember men and women who have died because of Biafra, men and women who continue to die because of Biafra. It does not matter how they die. If they were starved to death, it's okay. If they were raped to death, it's okay. If they were murdered by the Nigerian state, it's okay. If they were killed by the supposedly Biafran agitator leader, it's okay. If they were deceived and led to their death in the name of unknown gunmen or ESM, it's okay. If they went to protest and they were killed, it's okay. Anyhow, they died because it is for Biafra. Whether you call them saboteur or Butuswa, we will remember them. Because on a very particular day, we will tell the story how we overcome, and it will shock you. And while we are making effort to make sure that their death is not in vain, we continue to encourage those who are alive. You must not be careless with your life. We're saying anoman saying work our boss also gweji boss kilumbada awushimelu ogweji boss elu owo jeloko. There is time for everything. The only thing I have encouraged all of you in time past is do not be careless with your life. We understand that men and women will continue to die, time in and time out, for the sake of Biafra. But let it not be that you are being pointed to die. Let it not be that your actions is what is leading you to your death. And if for any reason, if the price we will pay for all we hold dear is death, And then we will lay down our life without a shred of fear. And that is why when we see most of Biafran people who are then thinking they can make fool of us, they do not know our mindset. And so there are a lot of bad misconception, negative impression about this agitation. It is our duty to make sure that we point everybody to the right way. We continue hitting it hard. It doesn't matter who is affected or who is not affected. The most important thing is that one day, somewhere around in the future, we will get this freedom that we bled for, this freedom that we long for, this freedom that we yearn for, this freedom that has been long been denied us. It will be finally ours. And then the next generation of Biafra can see that like other nations and then stare at our picture and let them do the judgment. Men and women fought for India to be liberated from the same position or condition we find ourselves today. And those heroes can never be forgotten. Men and women fought for Japan to stand. Men and women fought for China to stand. Men and women fought for most countries in Europe. Men and women fought against the British to liberate the America. And men and women continue to fight to ensure that Biafra is restored. It doesn't matter any camp you belong now, because we have seen the truth already. And so 30th of May is on Sunday. The date cannot be shifted by anybody. It will remain like that forever and ever. We have not given anybody any order to sit at home. And anybody shifting the date and telling you, you have to, it's a sit at home 3 days. I can certainly tell you now, the Kano don't have the right to do that now. Except it is only the Afari Beku people who died, he is giving that order. And then all of us begin to give order from our community. This is where, when you do what you are doing in the name of agitation, be very careful, because you are creating wrong impression. We will remember all of them. Almost 60 years on, these people were murdered. We never had a voice to tell you what they did to us. We keep quiet and pretend as if we don't know what Nigerians did to us. When you tell us your story, we keep quiet and be looking at you. You have no idea what we went through, because you have never written any document. You have never told the war that this Biafra war, that Bende State was the war front, was the battlefield. But we leave it at that. 30th of May, those of you going to church, let it be a moment of reflection. You have to remember them. You have to pray for their loved ones they left behind. They are yearning, they are crying. Those who lost their loved one, comfort them. That before their own time is up, let them see signs from the sky. That those their family member that walked away and didn't come back, those who died and cannot be found, all of them, their death will not be in vain. The Nigerian state has never showed rumors. They don't even give a bluff of how we feel. But of course, they are doing all these things because they felt we cannot organize ourselves. That is why the first thing Buhari said, he said, they are looking for Biafra. Let them go and organize themselves. Buhari know that until we organize ourselves, we are not going anywhere. There is need to kill all this negative impression. 30th of May. Of course, some people will say they are known gunmen. When they see you outside, they start bombing. If they use bomb to pursue you inside, for the sake of your life, go inside. But let it be on record that you were compelled, you were terrorized to do that. But for those who died, they died as free men. They died for the sake of freedom. And it has to remain that way. A lot of things are going on. And then people are looking at it as if it doesn't mean. My brother, it means. I call upon every genuine Biafran to go back 10 years ago, almost a decade, when we started this journey. Most of you have been there 12 years, maybe 17 years, God knows when. But I joined this struggle about 10 years ago. The highest broadcast I have ever heard from Nnamdi Kanu is the Yoruba atrocity against the Igbo. He hit it so hard. We can't trust Yoruba. Yoruba this one, Yoruba that one, Yoruba, 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 Yoruba. Everything he said about the Yorubas are true. I won't fault him and said he was lying. They were true. But the point is that we got along the line. He now developed Yoruba friend, Ayo Adebanjo, FFK, ABMMK. He now got Yoruba friends. And he constantly reminds us, my Yoruba people, my Yoruba people. Only God knows whether it's juju or money they give to Nnamdi Kanu. To the extent they put a law for me and say, don't curse Yoruba people. It looked as if it were George Onibe who started it. I was simply following what they asked me to do. And so they have considered a lawyer subject to a fool. In the morning, Nnamdi Kanu will say, curse Hausa. We curse Hausa. In the evening, he will say, curse Yoruba. We curse Yoruba. The next one, curse Igbo. We curse Igbo. Turn us to zombie as most of you are still zombie. And then we get to a stage. It was curse Fulani. And I told Nnamdi Kanu, I told all of them, I will not curse Fulani because I have Fulani blood in my family. As you people have Yoruba blood. Why am I bringing all these things up? Nnamdi Kanu practically gave an order. Up to the extent he brought Yoruba Yahoo prophetess. Today now, yesterday now, is the one telling you, hey, Yoruba fake prophet. The fake one Nnamdi Kanu brought to this radio Biafra. Have you people forgotten it? Elohua said, go and join Nigeria. Those were the time Nnamdi Kanu were trying to change all of you to a political party. Today now he's condemning Yoruba pastors. We fought very hard. Our people saw the truth. They gradually began to decamp from Yoruba church. And that was supposed to be the beginning of our freedom. But the same person, Okokosibe Warhero, he went back to his vomit and said, no, Yoruba my friend, Yoruba my in-law, Yoruba, you are here now. Just watch out. This thing will dawn on all of us. I'm not against anybody. We have evidence. We have record of activities that cannot be changed. The earlier you embrace this truth, the better for all of us. Because why am I saying this? They bound everybody. Don't curse our Yoruba. Don't curse. This is Nnamdi Kanu deciding for all of us as if we don't have mind. But it's okay. You stop abusing Yoruba. But once in a while, when he see what he don't like, the same person will come already and Yoruba Janjaweed, Yoruba this one, Yoruba that one. Look at how he's cursing the whole Yoruba pastor. What about the one you brought to prophesy us? What Elohim told her in the bedroom? Unwe Fail on it. Yes, as I was bathing in the bedroom, Elohim told me, Yoruba woman bathing in the bedroom in America, and God came into your bedroom. And then he now ran out and then went to title well because God said, why are you naked? I still have all this audio. We will review our activities and better keep my own. Today now, you are the one shouting, oh, Yoruba, TB Joshua Isifu, this one, are we going to start all over again? That is outdated techniques now. People have gotten intense with our nonchalant behavior. Your nonchalant behavior. People have gotten used to them. And then you look at Facebook, agitators. What we did 10 years ago is what you people are still doing now. Hey, Yoruba pastor, or the whole pastor, Yahoo. Is it now that you know? Is it now that you know? Let me tell you the truth. These people control your people. They control your people. It doesn't matter how you people. In fact, Nigerians are used to insult now. All of us are used to it. And then all of a sudden, 12 years on, we are going back to where we started from. Hey, Adeboye is evil. Hey, Kumuye is evil. Hey, but Nnamdi Kanu want us not to do. Okay, you are the only one that have the power to say who they curse and who they don't curse. I tell you the truth. I tell you the truth. I tell you the truth. And this having been said, the next group of people we attack, seriously, we castigated ourselves. I'm not telling you I was not part of it, but they were meant to serve for a purpose. We created this impression to get the attention of everybody. And then we move ahead to correct the menace that plagues us as a people. We started castigating everybody. Hey, Ikwere is not Igbo. Ikwere is Hausa Fulani. Hey, Ikwere is this one. Agbo is not Igbo. But I tell you the truth. you can yap as you like. But if you don't go back and find out what led to those things, my brother, you are even compiling the problem of our people. You are. I am from Abo. Abo is in Anyoma province in Delta State. Until the invent of IPOB. It is when my identity is questioned that I can reluctantly say I am Delta Igbo. Whatever this is so deep in my heart. And it is applicable to any other Igbo. From Anambra down to the boundary of Ondo State. In Edo State. Every Igbo there. Do you know there are people in Onitsha that tells you they are not Igbo, but they are around Obaru? And you can come out and insult them. But my brother, if we don't correct those negative negative issues, you don't know what we are going to do to ourselves. And so, Nnamdi Kanu did not see what he's going to say. He's not coming to tell you, hey, Oba of Benin say, Wike, Ikwere is not from Benin. And so, to you are mocking Ikwere man, Nnamdi Kanu. And to you, he's going to go away. Ikwere people are complicated people. They may not talk to you, but they observe you. The day they will hold you, you will regret it for the rest of your life. Our life has been complicated so much already. And if I have been cut off by Facebook, I will still continue from where I stop. Because this is a new era and we will correct every ills. We will correct every negative impression about ourselves as a people. It is still streaming, but then let me be very sure so that I can be able to know where I am being cut off. They are very complicated people. They are very sensitive people. All of us have suffered greatly. And I tell you, there are things you cannot look down on. And then along the line, instead of us to begin to work on how to harmonize the relationship between the Biafran people and free ourselves from this evil enclave called Nigeria, and then we can correct the inequalities among us as a people. But no, you are destroying everything that is left. Hey, about Benin say, Ikwere people are not Benin. First of all, let us try and review to correct those impressions. You have 3 extractions of Ikwere. All the people who answer Ikwere migrated from 3 different points, 3 different tribes, which eventually all of them are still Igbo. You have Ikwere that migrated from Imo State. These are some of the things you see around the Girita. Ikwere local government. Some of them in Emuowa, Igbeda, Ubima. They migrated from Imo State. And then you have another extraction of Ikwere that migrated from Abia State. These are the likes of Asa, Ndoke, Oyibo, and the rest of them. They migrated from Abia State. And then you have another extraction of Ikwere, the 7 sons of Apara. Mbuoba, Ozuoba, Rumo, Rosi, Rumola. People within these houses. They are the 7 sons of Apara. They are the one that constantly tell you they come from Benin. Elechi Martin was the one who blew the trumpet. But the point is that, are they Igbo people in Benin? This is the time for us to go and correct the impression. No Ikwere man is a Benin man. But Ikwere people migrated from part of Benin. Because from Ozano go down to Ugbo Jobo, Naifo, Ibake, Boto, Ewuru, Ekpo, Alagwa, all of them in Edo State, all those languages, they are Eka people. And so, invariably, the Rumomo, Rumorusi, and in fact, the 7 sons of Apara, as they are referred to, are Eka people. I went to Odele Primary School. I have said it before. You hardly see Ikwere answering that name. When you hear of Obi Akpo, it is not Obi Akpo, it is Obi and Akpo, Obi or rather and Akpo. I have said it before. Go to Abo, where you have the Catholic Church. The family that owns that land are Akpo family. And then the moment you cross River Niger, the first rice farming community after around Ibuso is called Obio. And so if for some reason, because history was denied all of us, they say they are from Benin, I tell you, the Oba of Benin is not in the position to fault what to make that statement that he made. Because the Oba of Benin is not a Benin man. It is a Yoruba man. And I can tell you almost 60% of the monarch in Edo State as we speak today, all of them have been shifted by the Nigerian government to keep all of us in darkness. And so the Oba of Benin is not a Benin man. If he says he's a Benin man, until Nigerian government oppress the Isama of Edo Kingdom, Igbenedion, why did they go to court over the throne? Because from the day they betrayed Ovaromi Obaise, the blue-blooded Benin citizens, they were watered up. But most of them will not accept this truth because they are Yoruba blood already. But even at that, the current Oba of Benin and the late one, his father, Omonoba Erejo Wokwok Polokpolo, the first, second, all of them cannot come out and tell us who we are. In the former Midwestern state, the Igbo nation there are larger than every other tribe without apology. We understand all those emasculation. You have Anyoma people in River State. Go and ask Omok, Wakaboka. Go and find out from all of them. In fact, Google River State, it will show you Abo, Anyoma. Go to Ibodu, in Eche, from almost every corner. But the point I'm trying to bring now is, hey, you can, about Benin say, we can shut up. It's about Benin from Benin. What are Guanediele Bimbo? And then you trying to say it now. It's Ikwere people will say, oh, we love you, yes, you are telling us the truth. My guy, era of insulting your father and your mother to prove a point is gone. They've had enough of that insult. And in fact, they are used to it. They are. While I try to look at some of Nnamdi Kanu brokers, because our target is to make sure he cannot bamboozle anybody who want to be normal human being. It's our target. When I look at some of the things he was saying, and then I say, my God, in this era, after 10 years, we are still doing this to ourselves. In your mind, you are insulting Ikwere, but you don't know you are causing problem. The same problem you cause, it led to the death of so many Igbo people in Obibo. And some of them will sit back and say, look at what they are doing. Is that not why we are talking about this Biafra? Nnamdi Kanu should go back to PDP or APC if that is what he wants. But then we keep exposing all this, because if you neglect it, it will hunt all of us down. And maybe you are not there, your children. They say, you'll not be your papa say, no be your papa do this one. Some time ago, I went to address Oyibo youth in River State. That was inception, to encourage them and show them the need, why all of us must come out. And in trying to address them, I vigorously campaigned. Why would they change the name from Obibo to Oyibo? That the original name was Obibo, not Oyibo. Peter Odili did this. And these are divide and rule tactics which cannot be accepted in our land. The youth president stood up. Obibo youth president stood up and was very angry with me. If not for the timely intervention of their king, that guy was ready to fight me. And he said, how can you come here and tell us our history? How dare you do that? Oh, you Igbo people, this is how you do, and you cause confusion for everybody. That was what he was telling me. But as Sani Ndoke, I'm from Abia State. During Obasanjo boundary adjustment program, they carved them into River State. And I can humbly tell you that from around Intel, down to Abia State. We were part of Abia State before Obasanjo, to cause more confusion in our land, butchered everybody. But look at Ohaji Egbema and the rest of them. The moment they move you from one area to another, you deny your identity. And now they can, if what you are doing is not targeted to insult a particular people, why are you not insulting Ohaji Egbema people in Rivers State? After all, their brother was the one who sat upon abandoned property and asked Nigerian to carve his village into Rivers State. He was the first commissioner of police for Rivers State. We have all been wounded. The earlier we correct all this impression, the better for all of us. You are jumping up and down and man, we are intimidating. All of you have put something in motion you cannot stop. I keep saying it. You will understand the meaning very soon. And then the king said, cool down, cool down. This man is a Niger Delta man. You don't say that. And that is when the youth president kept quiet. And the king told me, all these are propaganda. Our name have never been Obiigbo, but rather Oyibo. And Oyibo, it was later changed during the Eastern region to Obiigbo. In my place, when they want to ask you, Onya ni Onyibo, Onya abo Onyibo, the next response is yes, Oyibo. He said when the colonial master were taking record of the people around them, they were asking the interpreter, are these people Igbo? Then the interpreter will respond and say, yes, Oyibo. That is how that place became their name. And so whether Obiigbo, whether Oyibo, whether Onyibo, all of them it shows who they really are. But for you to use your own dialect, for instance, Nnamdi Kanu from Afari Beku, using his own dialect to write my father's name, it is not acceptable. For instance, in Anioma, in a car dialect, it is a Mecca, not a Mecca. I mean a Mecca, not a Mecca. Sometimes you are traveling, you will see a policeman, you look at his uniform, you see a Mecca. To you, you will think it's a central Igbo guy. And one now, Kekime. One now we look at you as Aboromo one now, who is in one now, and you be complaining. You look at this man, his name is Emeka. That is because you don't understand that Emeka thought he's not Igbo based on orientation given to us by Nigeria. Are we not supposed to be undoing this orientation? My son, that is Chukwu Emeka, I know how many times I have to go to the school. I have said this before. I told them my son's name is not Emeka. It's not Chukwu Emeka. It's Chukwu Emeka because we end our spelling with K-E, not K-A. And then we have so many people in that category. You can't tell me my name. My dialect is my dialect. Your dialect is your dialect. And so our people must be careful of those things. We have heard story. We have listened to people. And so we understand all these things. There is no need. No need to make fool of anybody. He couldn't say they are not Igbo. This one say they are not Igbo. Have you tried to enlighten them? We have been doing this thing. We have been doing this thing 10 years up till now. Tell Oba of Benin to come and take oath, to swear oath that is from Benin. But of course, to destroy the very system that kept us here. Most of you are not seeing it. Now you are jumping up and hey, pastors are evil. Hey, they are criminal. Oh, they can't see better prophet. But when Nnamdi Kanu brought them on Radio Biafra, they were prophesying. Elohua said, Elohim said, I was bathing in the bedroom. It's unfortunate. Like I said, the need to systematically correct the negative impression regarding Biafra agitation. There are a lot of issues we have ignored in time past as a result of trying to create the impression that all is well. My brother, it is not well. The more we are reluctant in addressing these issues, the more we will lose our political space within the Nigerian state, And of course, we lose our respect within the global community. And so as such, we deem it fit to respond to those issues and correct the mindset of our people. We cannot be dividing our people now. A true parent does not condemn any of their children. It was all of us that came together and said, Nnamdi Kanu is our leader. We don't even know him. He didn't give us money. Because we understand the need to have a leader. A true parents in my place, they will say, Buni Mungwambi Onunwili. Buni Mungwambi Onunwili. And so in a home, you have the child that is referred to as white sheep and black sheep. In a home, they are complete. The moment you have more than 3 children, in fact, from 2 children, you will see they can never be the same. In my family, for instance, there is one, his own is Opumpu scatter. In fact, he won't talk 3 times, he will break bottle. And that is who he is. And then there are some that are born again. If you slap them, they begin to sing, Holy Ghost, do it again. But that is who they are, to all his own. And I remember as a first son, my mother called me and said, your brothers, you must take care of them. You must take care of them. Those one you think they are bad, that is your duty. And so if you are the leader of our people, you must take everybody. And then Nnamdi Kanu was jumping up and down, thinking he's going to destroy UTM4 in 20 minutes, destroy George Onibe, when we have not even started. I wrote on my Facebook, I told him, that boy call you father. That boy call you father. Do not have hand in his death. They are trying to look at my page to see how they can insult me. But when I was talking sense to them last year, they ignored it. Now, Osetiana, Ihunye Batara. I am leader. Anybody who questions you is a saboteur. Anybody, if we ignore this thing, if they that thing, well, we are doing Biafra. Look at what we turn ourselves to. And of course, we must continue. Number 1, at this stage, do you think it is the church that are stopping Biafra from being restored? If we want to go by the prayer, hey, Yoruba info, TB Joshua is info, this one is info. Are they the one that is stopping Biafra from being restored? Is it Yoruba? Are you telling me it is Yoruba church? Brother, if they close Yoruba church now and turn all of them to company, is it what is stopping Biafra from manifesting? These are issues we should begin to address. Why are we still here? Almost all of you are confused now. You don't even know what you want. Now the Kanu is going back to old broadcast. After cursing Yoruba church now, he will start cursing the kings. After cursing the king, he will curse all of you all over. Very soon now, no room to contribute money. Unknown gunmen, they are raising fund. Where is Obudu? Where are all of them? He catch you mugu, he call for donation. Is it insulting Yoruba church now that is preventing Biafra from coming? Is it what will give us Biafra? Can you truly tell me that insult on political leader will give us Biafra? You come on, Wike is a girlfriend of Tambuwa. But Nnamdi Kanu is a girlfriend of Atiku. So if that will give us Biafra, let's start it. Hey, Wike girlfriend is Tambuwa. But Nnamdi Kanu, your own girlfriend is Atiku. So who is deceiving who? Hey, Wike is running. He's unknown government. David Umahi, he want to negotiate with unknown government. Hey, who is the next one? Willie Obiano, he's a drunkard. Will he give us Biafra? When I see people who say they are intellectual, very busy looking at typographic errors in our writing. And I see them behaving like reciprocants everywhere. It marvels me. And so when Yoruba pastor Adeboye and the other one said Nigerian cannot divide. If you like, shout from here till tomorrow. With the current state we find ourselves, now they cannot have destroyed everything that will give us Biafra. They know already. It's not God that told them. They are seeing it already. So if you fail to speak, God say, I will raise stone instead. If Nnamdi Kanu does not humble himself, if all the pro-Biafran group do not redefine their stand and stop deceiving themselves, I tell you, we will shout like this for the rest of our life. And of course, some of you are career freedom fighter. Now your office, now your job. But because we are involved, we will see to the end. No, you have to be sincere. They cannot stop the coming of Biafra. But if you think Nnamdi Kanu is here to give you Biafra, they know already. Just occupy their brain with nonsense. Hey, man, we are burning churches. Yes, we are burning everywhere. Yes, they go into evangelism. They burn INEC office. They did this one. All this is an effort to muzzle the politicians down, bamboozle all of you, collect their own title, and then they go back home. And then the remaining money, your political leaders will use the remaining money and steal life out of you in the name of renovating what have been damaged. Or don't you know repairing time will come? There are people who know how to play diplomatic games, the game of chess. Without a word, they shake the world. We have people like that. Where are they? But oh, let's do it, Oshobe, hey, Oshobe, hey. We carry the front, boo, the back will fall inside gutter. Then we now look at it again. Oshobe, hey, Oshobe. That is what Nnamdi Kanu is using all of you to do. And some people say, what is your own plan? Let's move ahead. So if you like, shout from here till tomorrow. Insult everybody. If it can be, the issue of trying to rewrite the history of all the ethnic nationality in Nigeria will lead us nowhere. You're trying to rewrite history. It won't lead us anywhere. We were here before the beginning. We will be here in the end. When you talk about the Igbo nation, do you know how many thousands of ethnic nationality that makes up the Igbo nation? Each of them with a unique history. You can't rewrite it. And I happen to come from one of the most complicated ethnic nationality in Nigeria. There are issues that we are even afraid to talk about. I have studied the man from Osimiri, the man from Ndokwa. Let me go back. The man from Osimiri. When you dig deep into their ancestral lineage, you begin to see the Igala people. Osimiri. Go and dig deep into their ancestors. You will see them in Igala land. The same way you see them in Anambra. And so one day they tell you, we are not Igbo, we are not Igbo. What do you know about them? I say we come from a complicated area that we are even afraid to see certain things. And then you move to Ndokwa. Then when the Ndokwa gives you their history, and you begin to see them coming from Okozo, it will shock you. And then you come to Ika, and you dig Ika. Somewhere they tell you they are Benin people, they are Yoruba people, they are this one, they are this one. But put all of them together, something becomes a misery to us today. When you investigate further and further and further, you see the story will die down. We are the children of Ezechime. And now you see, Ezechime have a question to us. And so, if for some reason certain words were decided to keep secret, by some persons for some reason best known to them. My guy, who are you to rewrite that history? Who are you? But rewriting other people's history to suit your propaganda, do you think it will change anything? I have a long discussion with my brother from Igala, Idoma, and he said so many things. And I pointed him back home. I never tell him you are wrong or you are right. But I told him, you people cannot run away from the Igbo because it's in your DNA. Your first daughter is Ada. You answer Ike. Even your village, you have Ike Aji there. And then from Benue State to Enugu State, from Enugu State to Ebonyi State, from Ebonyi State to Cross River State, you have boundary with these people. There is a tie beyond your imagination or your knowledge. I pointed him out home, but I do not insult his intelligence. We must ask ourselves, the issue of trying to rewrite our history, will he give us Biafra? The excessive criminal activities, will he give us Biafra? Hey, we are known gunmen. Hey, we are Eastern defender. Will he give us Biafra? Okoko hwa agbonyu agbogbu onwe osoro agbonyu oku. Eji hwa agbogbu onwe osoro agbanyu oku or agbonyu oku. You know, when you take a snail, you put it in the fire. The snail immediately will react. Will start vomiting spit. What do they call it? And in his mind, he's trying to quench the fire. Before he knows that that fire is bigger than his spit, he's dried up and dead already. To some of you, oh, we are doing unknown government, oh, we are doing Eastern Defender, oh, we are doing this one, we will teach you lesson, we will do this one. You are killing yourself. Nnamdi Kanu will never tell you how many of your unknown gunmen are being slaughtered every day. Up to the extent they are arresting newspaper. He doesn't talk about that. Only the death of Ikon Saw that would implicate him. They are trying to remove their head and push it to the governor. I must remind you, telling Biafrans, are you telling Biafrans or Biafra is going to be restored by unknown gunmen? Are you telling us? This thing you people are doing, very soon, hand will touch all of you. Since you don't have sense again. Be doing it. Yes, they burn Kala station. Yes, they attack Elimbu police station. They kill two. They are jumping. Oh, they went to Delta. Oh, they are killing people. Hey, unknown gunmen, holy sent men. Don't worry. How will he give us Biafra? Stolen gun. Can it sustain the war for 1 year? And what is your population at the end of the day? Without all this strategic thinking, strategic planning, you people want to kill the next generation. But we are here to make sure that does not happen. Now, for those of you who are fighting for Biafra restoration, it is simple. It is very simple. We must make sure that every competent nation that makes up Biafra must be able to forge a way forward. Every component nation that makes up this nation, Biafra, they must be able to forge a way forward, not one man. Because that thing you think is right, to many of them is wrong. And that is when the Bible says, there are ways sinned right unto a man, but the end thereof is destruction. You go to Abua and you call somebody Oga. It means something different. If you call Abu Aman Oga, you are calling him goat. But you go to Abia and call somebody Oga, you are praising the person. And then in a war front, I see Abu Aman. I begin to say, Oga, come out there. He think I'm calling him good. And then he shoots me. All these things, you cannot neglect it. Except you are not looking for Biafra. But we are now your spectator. We are watching all of you. We must target every loophole. We must work very hard to make sure that every loophole that have divided us in time past, and make sure that they are properly closed up. But it is meant to prevent the inevitable in every advancement to this project. There are a lot of loopholes created by the Nigerian state to make sure that we cannot function as one. These are the things we are supposed to be targeting. And that is why I must give a very heartwarm felt greeting to the members of Biafran de facto government who see this need, and of course they are working on the ground without coming to behave like Scalewa on social media. May God give all of you the grace to do the right thing. There are many loopholes that need to be crossed. If we must fight any genuine war as a Biafran nation and survive, the Ijaw man must be on the page. Page 1. I mean, from Delta, we'll cover some part of Atlantic Ocean, down to River Ethiopia, all the way to Edo State, and then you return to Awuchi Axis, you go back to Igala, and then you return to Anambra. And then the people in Benue, Idoma land, must be on the same page. You run down to Enugu, down to Ebonyi State, and then Cross River State. Everybody must be on this page. And then from Cross River State, you go to Akwa Ibom. Then from Akwa Ibom, you go to Rivers, and then down to Bayelsa. Everybody must be on the same page. Because without that, Nigeria has successfully created a loophole. And those are some of the things that the Biafra Nation Alliance is working hard to make sure we correct. And now, every Biafrans must begin to rethink and come back home. Because all this shenanigans we are putting up is not taking us anywhere. Without Biafran Nations Alliance, without us on here, by now all of you be shouting, PDP, APC, PDP, APC. Just look at Nnamdi Kanu, his ability to maneuver all of your brain and turn you to monkey and babu. Even a pastor was on Facebook, cursing pastor. A pastor, in fact, he came to mock me. Even a pastor. And I told him, people like you are the reason Nnamdi Kanu don't have regard for people like us. To him, he's fighting for Biafra. We have passed that stage. Nnamdi Kanu do not have the mantle to speak in terms of spiritual matter. We are ordained. We are ordained men of God. We didn't make ourselves head of Urubotarian and Arabatarian. Religion was what brought problem into IPOB in the first place. Religion. Now they can't want to be collecting tithe and offering. He's telling us when Biafra come, there will no church, nobody will go to church and pay tithe. But you are collecting our monthly due. Onyoshi. Now you need money now. You want to collect monthly tithe from people. Urubotarian and Arabatarian. Yehudian and Asakatarian. Jewish people. It's unfortunate. And of course, like I said, our people must make sure that they go back and begin to reconsider some of the things we have been doing, and then we think it's going to go down that way. No. If you like, curse all Yoruba pastor now. If you like, curse everybody, insult everybody. If you like, draw heaven down. But the truth remains that none of those things will give us Biafra. There is need for us at this moment to go back and begin to systematically correct the negative impression regarding Biafra agitation, regarding the Biafra restoration project. The world are watching us. They are the spectators. They want to see what is going to become of us. But I tell you, we cannot afford to disparage the next generation. At this moment, our lines are open, and you are free to call in. To correct some impression, or rather, if you are not able to get my studio line, I will encourage you to call my personal WhatsApp or my personal, my personal messenger or any other platform. I encourage you to do that. But then the studio WhatsApp line remains 070-815-45642. 070-815-45642. For the last time, the WhatsApp line is 070-815-45642. And then the direct line is 081-221-52971. The direct line once again is 081-221-52971. And of course, at this moment you are free to call in, and the journey must continue. Don't let anybody deceive you. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. It is Biafra or Biafra. There is need for us to recongregate around one another and make sure that the right thing is done until Biafra is restored. When you finish insulting Yoruba pastors, when you finish insulting your politicians, when you finish attacking everybody and create enough saboteur, we shall see where it is going to lead us to. I'll be back in a minute.
The spirit of innocent Biafrans, where they flow like a river. I said the blood of innocent Biafrans, where they massacre, where they flow like a wet sea. Spirit of rise like a big storm. Rise up, spiritually and physical. Rise up, upon anybody, where they again, this my freedom. Rise up, upon anybody, where they again, this Biafra. Our Father who art in heaven, oh, we say hallowed be thy name, oh. We dey wait for your kingdom to come, oh, right here on earth as it is in heaven, oh. We say promise, you promise your children, promise, you promise your people, oh. We say promise, you promise the Biafra. Yes, it's amalgamation, we see the suffer. They start to killing us since 1945. Till the today, they are not satisfied. Yeah, we're like a stranger in the land of scavengers. Then they kill us, then they eat us. So they make war on us and our senators. Don't turn against us, they want to stop us, but they cannot stop us. Yeah, Biafra is unstoppable, unstoppable, it's unstoppable. Because the fire is unquenchable, unquenchable, unquenchable. Freedom, oh. If you're blocking on the Biafra, freedom, oh. Cause if you're blocking on the Biafra, freedom, oh. Make you freedom to go. Too much, because he cried on it too much, because he suffered on it too much.
Yes, of course, that is the gospel truth. Biafrans must understand we are doing everything humanly possible to make sure that we are separated from Nigeria, delivered from this evil enclave, and that is the truth. But then we must expose every ills that has become a clause in the wheel of our progress. We will not leave any stone unturned. My brother on WhatsApp, can you hear me?
Yeah, good evening, dear George.
My brother,
I can hear you loud and clear.
Good evening. Go ahead, please. Welcome to the program.
Yeah. Well, once again, I said thank you so much for all the good job you're doing and speaking truth to the power. And thank you to for tonight's teaching, gospel and message. And good evening to all Biafrans, friends of Biafra and lovers of freedom. Like you always said, you don't expect all of them to understand. Because most of them do not, like you rightly said, they are setting something in motion they cannot control. Today, people of Rivers State are beginning to talk. They are angry. Not just because of the curfew put in place by the state governor, but because of the incessant attacks happening in Rivers State. And all finger points to unknown gunmen. And I've been carefully watching, different posts on Facebook. What most of these vulnerable and gullible guys are doing, trying to deny. But you always said the truths are nothing but the truths. And on different occasions, the truth has been spoken here, but most of them feel, nobody has the right to say the truth or to change the narrative but them. Yes, we all want Biafra. In fact, tonight's teaching, I wish most of them can go back and listen again and ponder on it. I use the word ponder, think on it. All these actions, it is not going to give them Biafra, or it's not going to give us Biafra. Now, bringing this stupidity to other states, and everybody saw what happened in Ozobolo. Now, should that be is that the way forward? And my anger goes back again. I use the word my anger to Nigerians in diaspora. I am seeing many of them supporting all these shenanigans. Most of them support what happened in Ozobolo. That, the policemen ran away. The local vigilante went to block their access, route escape or whatever. Does that? Who are they killing? There's one day on your program you said, if this war starts, you would not, we Biafrans will even have problem of fighting side by side. Because of what? This guy has polluted the whole place. But they don't understand. He has polarized everywhere. Now, I have, like I always say, I was born in Rivers State. And by birth, I remain a Rivers man, even if I'm from other states. That is where my childhood, my life began. Now I've had to speak with my brothers from Ishobu, Obakre, and other parts of River State. Just like you said tonight, what most of them are saying, do your brothers understand what they are doing? Do they understand the trouble they want to cause? And I wish most of them doing this thing and Nnamdi Kanu will sit down and begin to think. And begin to think, because believe me, Nnamdi Kanu does not think. He only has emotional adrenaline running through his vein. He does not sit. Any individual will sit down and analyze the consequences and aftermath of their actions. Nothing that will happen today that he can be able to deny it, because he has been on air taking glory, claiming unknown government. Now, even if other criminal elements are taking advantage of the situation, causing mayhem, it all points to one unknown government and Nnamdi Kanu. This is the problem he has created for everyone now. But he doesn't understand it. And these are the same thing. People like you, myself, and other reasonable voice, we are warning from day one. Stop taking credit for everything. He did it during NSAS that he has nothing to do with. That even during the NSAS protest, Nigerians that were involved distanced themselves from taking ownership of the protest. From nowhere, he jumped on the bandwagon, took ownership of it, started running his big mouth. Now, Obibo is the end product. And people, I just pray when this thing snowballs, those of them in diaspora, they have families back home like myself. Everybody will suffer. Like Nigerians will say, last, all man will suffer. Everyone, the country is about to implode. Even if we move away from few activists, look at the men of God, they're adding their voice. Everyone is speaking out. Every Nigerian is angry. But the reasonable voices are saying, let us not set our anger in motion that will consume all of us. What everyone is careful about is, how do we control this pumped up atmosphere that it will not escalate more than we think? Most of these people doing all these things, and those of them running their mouths both in Nigeria and diaspora, have they sat down and think for once the humanitarian crisis, if these things get out of hand? Today, there's curfew in Rivers State. Now, who are the ones to suffer? The same people you're claiming to fight or protect. How many, attacking police stations and this, is that the way forward? The world is watching. We no longer live in age where information doesn't spread. Now it happened in Ozobolo. Ozobolo is miles away from where I am. But within the minute of it happening, in less than an hour, it has circulated the globe. Do these stupid guys understand this thing? We cannot at this time claim to be on the defensive when this guy has encouraged them to go on offensive and become the aggressors. Where are we going to get that emotional sympathy from? Ozobolo is in Biafra land the last time I checked. Ozobolo is not in Benue. It's not in Brunu. If they will go about attacking security formations, why don't these guys move further north? If they want to do, when the Fulanis come, they attack communities. They claim, all this they claim that they're fighting Fulanis. But since I last checked, I've never seen their so-called non-government or ESN going to Brunu to attack any Fulani community. All I've seen them do is trying to bring firewoods that are ant-infested back home to the southeast, thereby inviting the lizard for supper. What are they doing? They want to bring a high military presence to the southeast. When they begin to militarize everywhere, then the siege, they become, they begin to treat and abuse our people. They begin to treat and abuse our people. We've seen it happen in Olo, where our women were desecrated, meant to lie down on the side, where a monarch was flogged and nobody sees that as something that shouldn't happen. All because of this bunch of scallywag think they are waging a war. Let them not wage a war they cannot fight. As it stands today, you've said it. They are trying to set things in motion they cannot control. Enough of this. I know they are not listening. They think they have what it takes. But no. What they are trying to achieve is to put the vulnerable and gullible civilian population under attack. They do not understand this. And if they think they have the right to start a war, they do not have the right to determine when the war will end. I've always maintained Nigeria and the Biafra Civil War was one of the wars that lasted less than 5 years. Sierra Leone fought for 11 years. They've never recovered till 2021 as we speak. Liberia is there. Somalia is there. Syria war is 10 years plus. The people put their nose on, let them look at what is happening in Crimea. War, if it's to nobody's advantage. We do not have what it takes. We do not have a war chest. If today Nnamdi Kanu is busy looking for fundraising for a concert. If this thing, snowballs into a huge crisis, is he going to be looking for fundraising to go and buy grenade? Is he going to be looking for fundraising to go and buy APGM? Or does he think he's going to acquire any military hardware by fundraising? When people should begin to ask, even Nnamdi Kanu, you went on US, took donations, they are going to buy drones. Where are the drones? Nobody's questioning this. And all these misguided youths are dying for nothing, dying for lies, dying for deceit. How many more deaths will satisfy his ego? Enough of these killings. Enough of this. We cannot have our place under siege. Yoba, I say God bless you and keep doing your good work. At least you've added your voice. I've added my voice. All the best I can do is to talk to these youths, if they are listening, to please disengage. Nnamdi Kanu is a cancer. They should keep their distance away from him. And for those of them who live in diaspora, who have contrary opinion that the way, this route of the unknown government is the best, I beg them, let them get the next ticket. The last time I checked, flights are still coming into Lagos. Flights are still coming into Nigeria. They can board their flight tonight. Before 8 p.m., they're in Nigeria, even if they take the longest route. Let them be on ground and join this unknown government. And those of them who have able-bodied sons in diaspora, they cannot be shielding their sons, planning for the best for them, while they encourage other people's vulnerable children to go and die for unnecessary cost. They should as well gather their sons, their daughters, their families on the next flight. Let them come on ground and join this unknown government and continue with the good work if they think what these guys are doing is good. Most of them are here planning the best for their children, taking them to music school, football schools, trying to encourage their children to go to schools and get best universities. In the first place, it was Nigeria that chased them away to the foundation.
Including Nnamdi Kanu.
Of course.
And he's turning zombies. Let's fight war. Who are you fighting with? Your people?
Of course.
It's unfortunate.
Of course. Now, most of them will always criticize Fulanis. We've seen the videos in Burkina Faso. It was an Igbo. It wasn't done by Fulani that took his brothers on that slave journey. The one that happened in Libya, our sister being desecrated, was done by an Igbo person. It's not a Fulani. And this human argument lies with them. They are fighting a tribe, not a crime. The day they are ready to create a narrative, or for we to create a narrative that will suit, let's fight the crime and not the tribe. Yes, the Fulanis are committing crime in our region, but our people are also committing the same crimes we are accusing the Fulanis of, including Nnamdi Kanu and his so-called ESN. Not until we begin to make up our minds that we are here to fight a crime and not a tribe, then this narrative is one-sided. It's a dangerous narrative that no reasonable person should buy into. When this thing snowballs, for those who kept quiet, and for those who spoke, and those who did not speak, and those who felt it never concerned them, it will get to everyone's roof. Today, it is beginning. When they said there was a curfew, it is binding on everybody. These guys do not understand. Nobody should take advantage of anything to encourage people's children to go and die and leave their aged parents behind and leave their siblings. Now, people need to think. There's not even anything on ground to take care of a conscious family. They are relying on donation. Who does that? Is that the way we want to start a crisis? Who has money to donate? Do they think the world is going to come to our aid? The world will keep quiet and watch you grind your ass. They need to wake up. They need to go and look back after the Libya, the decisions of NATO. It will take time before they will set any boots on ground. And if they are going to give logistics, what they know is Nigeria. They do not know Biafra. There are case studies that are bound. Somaliland is there. What the world knows is Somaliland. What the world knows is Somalia, not Somaliland. For goodness sake, people need to think. And religious leaders, traditional leaders, community leaders, opinion leaders, leaders of thought, it is high time they get in and begin to add their voice, begin to speak to the immediate constituencies, immediate communities, because this thing today, it starts like a child's play. When it snowballs into a wildfire, then They should go and look at what Paul Adefarasin said to his congregation. Everybody should have a plan B. Most of these guys calling for this, do they have a plan B? Can they escape? Which of them is ready? Like I think one of these gospel, one of these gospel, this guy played the song that they all I can't remember his name. They should go and listen to that song. He said the war made him to trek from Aba to which I've forgotten. How many of them are ready to trek thousands of kilometers? Let them put their nose on the ground and look at what people from Niger State are suffering. Most of them are trekking 3 days just to escape Boko Haram to Chad Republic and Cameroon. Are they ready for that? And I said to them again, Imo River leads you to nowhere. Imo River does not lead you to Equatorial Guinea. It does not lead you to Gabon. It does not lead you to any neighboring country. In fact, Imo River does not lead you to even River Niger. People need to think. We do not have the logistics. We are not prepared for this. Ojukwu, in his magnanimity of wisdom, granted interview that yes, he led the first one. It was a mistake. Nobody should lead the second one. Ojukwu that went and formed ABGA is not a fool. Enough of this. What these guys do not understand, if the Nigerian government wants to go rogue with you, they will help you to destroy your immediate communities. They will help you to destroy, the little development we have. At the end of the day, to whose gain? Yes, there are genuine issues. There are genuine issues where we should agitate, not because of grievance. And like you rightly said in one of your programs, most of them do not even know the reason why they are fighting for Biafra. They are merely frustrated. And then Nnamdi Kanu has only gone to the southeast to organize the miscreants into this movement, thereby causing havoc. This is a fight, not for the miscreants. This is something where we have to sit on the round table and engage the stakeholders. Stakeholders are not even engaged yet. We've not even started talking to the stakeholders. This cannot take us anywhere. This will not bring Biafra, and this will only create more crisis for us. Yoba, thank you so much, and God bless.
Thank you, my brother. We must continue. The people of Biafra must understand, to be able to go home, we have to pass through the length and breadth of Biafra nation. We're not telling you to, we're not trying to create the impression that we are the best. We know the technical know-how. We are going to do and undo. No. We are telling you that the main issues are being neglected. Sentimentally, most of you have sold your brain out. You are shouting, oh, Biafra, we fed that monster. We will starve him. Nnamdi Kanu is on the other side of the radio, insulting everybody, challenging anybody, and you are praising him. Yeah, hey, he's a warlord. He's a warlord on the bay. Warlord on the Lebeko. We came in here with our head, and we are still with our head. It's unfortunate. Warlord on the Lebe. Hey, he's a warlord. He's a warlord. Warlord of who? Caller on WhatsApp.
Hello?
Yes, good evening from here. Caller on WhatsApp.
Yeah. Please, I want to say a little thing. I'm a Biafran, maybe you are.
You are a Biafran and then Nnamdi Kanu. You are a Biafra and then Nnamdi Kanu follower. Go ahead with what you want to say.
I've not mentioned anything.
Because your profile picture shows that you are one of
Allow me to say something.
In fact, get out of my radio. Get out of my radio. Go to the radio of Nnamdi Kanu and talk there. You don't have sense. As grown up as you are using that idiot as your profile picture. Don't you know it's making me angry? Your profile picture alone, I will not pick your call. So stop calling. You don't have sense. That is what Nnamdi Kanu does. He come on radio. Wike is gay. He's a Tambua boyfriend. Everybody is evil. Only Nnamdi Kanu. You are idiot. You have a Nnamdi Kanu profile picture. Don't call my line. If there is nobody calling here, I move on. Look at Mugu. You people come here, occupy my time. You think we are listening to idiot? Stop deceiving yourself. Go to Nnamdi Kanu Radio and yap. For 4 months, I kept quiet and I'm watching all of you. All of you are there shouting. As it they hot, hey, Judge Onyibe exposed. Season 1, season 2. Judge, come and expose me now. And now I've not started. Idiot. Old man like that, carrying Nnamdi Kanu as a profile picture. Do you have regard for your father? I'm talking to him. He's talking anyhow. Go to Nnamdi Kanu platform and yap. Look at all of you. Jobless people. Look at all of them. They are Biafra agitator. They are my platform to think they can dull down my morale. Do you know how okay? You don't have no better thing to say. And then you get out. When Nnamdi Kanu was there busy blackmailing everybody. You people do not deem it fit to caution him. Then you are behaving like an idiot. Coming here to open all your mouth for me. Call on WhatsApp, are you there?
Hello.
Yes, good evening.
Yeah, I'm here, Doctor.
Yeah.
Good evening, sir.
Go ahead, please.
Yeah. My brother, greeting dear friends all over the world. I greet you, everybody. We thank God for today. We have been seeing what is going on. My brother, one thing I want to ask today is that can Nnamdi Kanu tell us that since all our community in Biafra land, can Nnamdi tell me that before or no government or ESM, can Nnamdi Kanu tell us that we don't have any vigilante security or anybody who is guiding the villagers? Or people at least our communities have security. Okay, now we go, your unknown government will go and kill our people and tag them saboteur. What kind of life is all this? My brother, the way this guy is doing it is getting out of hand. I mean, if we not, may they advise this guy, make him take correction. What is power?
I know Gihani Kejibido, I say, Imunani, Lihuameni, we're not betraying, we're not sabotaging, Nnamdi Kanu who are AGC Wakpato Matasa, Kotari Shihalichan.
What is all this? What is all this kind of nonsense? This guy on Okezo tell me only politician. You Jedanani, now you go collect money for article. Money you not use and work for us. Because the money now our money too. You not use and work for us. You not do anything. There's still what they call shoot and run. Bullet, they buy, nothing they buy. If really say this guy even bring ESM, saw those ESM where he park put for that picture, really say they really did my guy. I'm not sure say Nigeria government say go even fear enter our zone. If we not the reason, if you people are really reasoning, when we joined this IPOB, we were happy going to meeting, doing everything. We were very happy. For me to even go to meeting, I pay no less than 10,000 to 11,000 naira each every day. Maybe if I want to spend 3 days on the road, I spend more than 50,000 naira. I haven't paid for contribution, and I used to be happy. But I don't really understand the way this man is doing things. If you don't want to do Biafra Sogu again, you tell us. They put another person there. You are not the only learned man we have. Cambridge, go Harvard, go Nata, I don't understand what this man they do. Just use bullet, una men use bullet. Open our brothers their head, they form. They clap and say the guy, those people na sabo. ESM made a mistake. At the end of the day, they burned the house of the security. They now shoot them up, and they sabo. So onye buzirina, onye onanguru kita na onye sabo. Eh? It's not good. The way this man is doing things is not good. You have to change your hand. Oh. We keep on telling you. Because if this wahala starts, when this wahala go really start, this thing, if they pay me, they pay your others too, there will be a lot of confusion. It's not good. We need to be correct. We need to use our initiative. Because this thing you are doing now, I never see one full animal wey una people kill. Now only a cow they see for forest, only white cow. I don't know whether black cow they inside. You know, all those kind of things. My guy, if you want to do Biafra matter, you not be Biafra. Say you won't become governor of Abia State. Who's what the road? Natawa Bia make governor. Papa nature make governor. No Biafra kecho. Echo Biafra udo na ndokwa. They know us as people will be they know us as people who are very learned. I don't know the way you guys are doing things. So, Nnamdi Kanu, you have to change. It's not like that. No, you don't know past everybody. All this confusion now where they cause now. No, you know, armor tank you not get, jet fighter you not bring. Money where they contribute, you know, even evangelism, you not do. You want to get Biafra. You don't make sense now. My brother, I'm so worried. You are threatening everybody that know your secret. Are you a bacha? It's not good though, my brother, because if this thing escalates, we will still on our side. We not to say now everybody will keep. Because everybody will go on defense now.
Thing he has not counted on. You guys
everybody, because we see the way you
now against his people. He think he has arrived. Don't worry.
Yes, because we are seeing everything you are doing. You are not doing it right. If somebody should post something and you be calling Sabo, where is George Chukuma? You have been releasing people. IPOB have been released. They have been free from Anambra State. Yeah. What of the ones in Delta states? Where are they? Where is your Chukuma?
Because
you set all of them up. You lock them up. You think we are smiling, right?
You
set all our brothers in Delta State. You set them up. Make I use this opportunity to beg our man when they there. Okawa dodo, no kwa hindi dodo. Bapu ane indi Nnamdi Kanu poki indi wengu Delta State mane. Urokwo usuokwo ndi nche rokwo nubukwo we wala rokwo. Umune rokwo because ndi outside kwe bukwo nkewe ndi outside kwe yekwo nkewe. Ndị ọzọ rigwe akwado mmekọ ndị nkiwe emekwuo n'onwe unu nwụrụ maka Biafra unu nwụrụ were alụ ụfọ niile were alụ ụfọ onye ụsọ so dodo emena onwe ya recustody for Biafra issue dodo ihe ka na iwe wepụ anenya because this is Nnamdi Kanu. You are just creating a lot of problem for us. Those coordinators in Delta State, in Anyoma land, in Urobo land, everybody you set up, Nnamdi Kanu, go and bring it for us because we know them all. We are counting everything for you. We know everything you are doing. You are setting our people up because you are collecting money from politicians. Fine boy, your brother is driving Jeep from Obiano, and you are telling us that Maze Onyibe is Sabo. And since all these days, he has been coming online. Come and counter Maze Onyibe now. You cannot even come out. You cannot even stand him. It's a shameful thing now as a leader now. You are just... Nah, mami makpodoga akpose. You Sabo in short. Ongo and Ebutera in Sabo. Nnamdi Kanu, you are a big time Sabo. Not be say they should bet the mama fly. Because the way they see now, because say that they contribute money, they give you, know, even arms, you not even buy. Our people, they do hit and run, they collect gun, they do all this one. Now you they send them, they do. The little Nchewe see there our area, you see they carry, they say they kill them, they say they be stable. And your children, they relax. Remember, say we swear hold for this matter. Remember, say we swear hold to protect Biafra. We not swear hold to keep Biafran people. Even Ojukwu will fight for Biafra. Ojukwu not kill Biafran people like this. Ojukwu even get some gadroom wey be say if he get who offend them, he go lock am for there first. They go question and do everything. But you now you go there for abroad. They send people go do this one, go do this one, go do this one. Even person call you, you cannot even ask question. Wetin this man do? Wetin this man not do? You go just give go ahead like that. My brother, you are doing it in the wrong form. Oh, Makarawa mama oh. Kari, may they not say we not talk. We have to tell you because you are not the only one wise person we have in Biafra land. Thank you very much, George Onibe. If you want to kill Sabo, go and kill that your brother that is driving Obiano Jeep, so that we know
that is serious.
Obiano, go and kill Fine Boy now. Fine Boy they drive Jeep, or our people they die. You carry Obiano Jeep. You even go there. I even see video where that guy talk say, those who are talking about his speech, where they go collect that sign, I see money. But all these guys know they see anything. Una they do sabo. If you be Delta State, how many wonya leoma? Ni wonya leoma. Ira support wonya na the kaluli me. Mane kona ekunye yo. Because Amadio had that walk a bunu le chane. They are support wonya. Because there's a car. Keudela wakewele. Kudela wakewele. Kogele wele okabakwa no. Because ni unule me. Ihe buche de keniro ele we na poa ye feel because Nnamdi Kanu maybe we buche as a speaker onishi ya onishi Biafra le. No, there are men outside over there now, men dey now we see they push am up. Why in they do like this? You dey do and say now say we be your slave. I been and waiting. I don't understand what Nnamdi Kanu won't tell us.
It's a God.
And you people wait there outside there. I don't understand what you na feel say na Nnamdi Kanu they do now. I don't understand. Our land they see Joe.
You know, see
other places they all of them they popoli.
With Nnamdi Kanu as a profile picture, and he want me to look at him as a reasonable somebody. Thank you very much.
My brother, let's call it a good day, man. It's not easy. This guy is a motherfucker, man.